with Danny McGuigan on the right side. Danny is a very experienced facilitator in managing meetings of senior managers. I told both of them to be very strict throughout these 2 days. Everyone will be stopped as soon as the time is up. And now, usually, facilitators ask us what we expect from a meeting. I'll turn the question back to you. Can you tell us what you expect from our meeting?
With pleasure, Mr. Hammer, and welcome to everybody. It's great to see so many familiar faces of people that I've had the pleasure of working with over the past several years, and also some new faces of people that I hope will be familiar to me by the time these 2 days are over. So what would we expect, what would we hope for from the participants at a meeting like this? In the team buildings that we have done over the years for the EPO, we have discovered 3 things which are critical if a meeting is going to truly be successful and truly reach the heart of the matters that need to be dealt with. The first one of those is to be open and honest with one another. You know, one of the issues that we've seen in the human capital surveys is the importance of trust and the fact that trust doesn't always exist to the level that we want it to be. Well, having a trustful relationship needs to start among ourselves, and part of that trustful relationship is that we can risk to speak openly and honestly about the things that we believe in. That's number one, open and honest.
If we're going to be open and honest, it's also very important, number 2, to be respectful. Show respect. Be robust, get impassioned, show that you care. Because when we get excited and impassioned, it shows that we care to get it right. However, please be respectful. And it's never easy because the emotional temperature rises. If I'm being open and honest, it's not easy also to be respectful. However, let's leave tomorrow afternoon, let's go home after tomorrow afternoon knowing that we've been open and honest and said it all, but also been courteous.
No.
Welcome back. Welcome back to everyone.
It's in the booth.
I trust that you had an enjoyable lunch, that you've had some interesting discussions and exchanges in your workshops. Now we have an opportunity to hear a short presentation from each of the 5 workshops that have been held under the title Strategic Renewal. We will hear from one of the presenters from each workshop in turn, a short presentation which will focus on a summary of the discussions held and perhaps also an identification of priorities as they were identified in your workshops. And in just a moment, when Herb comes back, I'm going to invite him to demonstrate to us how the timekeeping will take place. So, Herb, if you're around. Whilst we're waiting on Herb, you may be wondering, as many of you could possibly have questions and want to interact with the speakers, you will get a chance to interact with all of the speakers after the presentations. Once we've heard all the presentations, Herb will explain how you will interact, ask questions, and exchange with all the speakers. But first of all, Herb, how are we going to do this timekeeping?
When the speakers have 1 minute left, they'll hear this. When the full 7 minutes is up, they'll hear this.
Time's up.
And if you keep going more than about 15 seconds longer than that, don't ask what's going to happen. But there is this little thing in the floor here.
So to all the speakers, you will have 7 minutes. Herb will do his stuff with the chimes to keep you on track. And so it's my pleasure now to invite the first speaker, Karen Siegert, who's going to talk to us, present to us a summary of her workshop on the future of work.